It is.
Friday, August 15th. Welcome to episode 8 of the Movement Pod. How's everything, Dave?
Things are going all right. I'm feeling super motivated. I know we've talked about that a little bit this week on like some posts and stuff with the training program. Things are going well with that.
So
Feeling healthy.
what kind of progress have you seen so far?
So I'm doing a program that's very high in volume, in terms of like squat, bench, deadlift. I haven't done that in a really long time. And so it's 10 to 20 plus reps of the exercises that I'm doing. And the first week that I did that, I was sore, it hurt, I didn't like it. And then this week I'm finding myself like actually looking forward to doing it, which is not my typical thing. I usually like my 3 to 5 reps. So
Yeah, people always say they don't like being sore. I kind of like it. I mean, there's an amount that's a little bit debilitating to your everyday life.
yeah,
Maybe that's what you were experiencing.
last week, yes. Yeah.
But, training for so long, some weeks, whatever you did, you might not be so sore, but other weeks, and then you all of a sudden are sore. You're like, yeah, like I've changed my body in a way for the better. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a positive thing, but
Yeah, I know. And then like, yeah, when you can find that perfect balance of I'm sore, but then you start working out again and it just starts feeling better. Like that's the sweet spot for me. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm enjoying training again, which like you'll go through times in your life where you're not enjoying it. You're just doing it sometimes.
What are these times like? I don't know about these times.
Oh, okay. You always love it. You always
Okay,
look
no,
forward- That's
no,
what I mean.
false. I don't always love it.
Right.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't go through periods where I don't do it ever.
Right. So, like for the past, I don't know, maybe 5 months or so, when I've been training, I haven't been looking forward to it and I haven't been enjoying the process. And now I am actively looking forward to every session and really enjoying it. So
Nice.
that's just nice to feel again.
Any physical outcomes? Any, I guess, sleep outcomes? Things like that you noticed?
Physical outcomes, yes.
Dave's ripped.
I'm getting-
You can't tell, but
I'm getting
under that shirt, he's absolutely shredded right now.
Well, I'm getting more and more from where I was before. So that's nice. But just the feeling of strength, like not even just during the exercises, but like just doing mundane things and it just everything, life feels easier.
You
right
feel
now.
that way? Yeah.
I do. I feel like life just feels easier. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt this, but you just grab something heavy, like, I don't know, maybe if you're going grocery shopping and you've got like 5 or 6 bags in one hand, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is super light. I could get more. Like, I don't know, it feels good doing that stuff.
So one of the things that I do is typically I'm not shopping for like a whole week. I use the factor meals, but occasionally when I do go grocery shopping, the thing that I do is I don't bring a basket or a cart, and definitely I do this at Costco too, just so I don't buy all this stuff that like I was not planning on buying. It's it's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But I'll go in and I'll get like, for example, the other day I got like a 24 pack of Gatorade Zero, and it's just like no thing. You just put it on your shoulder. It's like, what else you got? Okay, stack it in your other arm. Get to the checkout. Okay, all you got to do is walk to your car. Just kind of think of it as okay, we got to do like 200 feet for time, whatever. It's like you don't have to game it that much, but like if you were in the gym, you'd be like, oh, this is actually an easy exercise.
Yeah.
But because it's in real life, because you don't want to be training or working in real life, you kind of like see that task as like, annoying. But if you like kind of
Gamify it.
change the environment a little bit, then your perspective changes and it's like, oh, this is actually easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm finding like I'll find myself, because I live in a condo and sometimes you hit the elevator button and it takes forever for it to come, and like that's not fun when you gotta like go to the bathroom or something when you're getting home. But like when I've got just a full load of groceries, I'm like, yeah, take your time. I'm just gonna stay here and just hold on to this even longer. I got
Oh,
this.
the elevator's taking a long time. Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna start deadlifting these groceries, right? So yeah. How's your week in training and stuff going?
I went back onto the Wendler 531 program. I just find that for time efficiency, it's really good for me. Otherwise, I'm standing around. Like, for example, doing 5 sets of 5 is just going to take me like an hour because of the loading the weights, warm-ups, the rest sets in between, all that. So 531, progressively getting heavier. It doesn't have to be super heavy, right? But you just go and try to progress every single week, and eventually, your strength increases, your 1 rep increases, and it's just an efficient way to make sure that you are stimulating your strength every single week. And then after that, I'll do volume of those same exercises, whatever, if it's 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps for 3 to 4 sets, things like that. So that's just what I'm doing. Keep on keeping on. Nothing
Nice.
crazy different ever. I did today. I went out for some speed training, so that I guess is different. I guess I took a long look at myself, and I'm like, I don't really want to get slow.
Yeah.
Right. I will get slow, but I don't want it to be a decline that is just off a cliff.
Have you seen those videos they were trending on social media where like couples are like, I've never seen my partner run before or sprint before?
No,
And
I
when they
haven't seen
film
that.
them, it's really funny because like when you start watching those, you realize like, oh man, like that's not a good look. Like I don't want to be that way. So
I want to look fast and be fast.
yeah. So what were you
for
at a
as
track?
long as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm like 37 now. It's like I'm almost at an age where people can't be like, "Oh, you're so young." It's like I'm excited for that. Finally, all my life people are like, "Oh, you're so young. You're so young. Obviously, you're still fit. Obviously, you're still fast." I'm like, soon I'm going to be like not so young. Can't wait.
Have you never seen like a 90-year-old call a 7-year-old a spring chicken? You're gonna get that the rest of your life. But I know what you mean. It's like I get that. Like, oh, you're just a baby still, right? Now you can like extra lead by example and say, no, I'm not a baby anymore, and I'm still jacked and I'm still fit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all your life you're like 20 years old, you're in shape, and then 30-year-olds are like, "Oh, just wait until you're 20."
Yeah.
And then you're 30, everyone that's 40 is like, "Oh, just wait till you're 40."
Yeah.
And then you're 40, and everyone that's 50 is, "Oh, just wait till you're 50."
Yeah.
And then you're 70, and then the 80-year-olds are like, not there.
Yeah.
So I'm just still in shape, bro.
Yeah. For as long as you can.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I want.
Were you out on a track, like doing sprints, or?
No, I didn't go on the track, but we went, we put the cleats on and went on a field. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's serious.
Yeah, if you check out our social media, we put a little footage out on there.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
That's fun. All right, maybe soon I'll start getting back into some speed training.
Oh, you got to ease into it.
I know you do.
The guy-
I learned that the hard way.
Well, we did a 20-minute warm up because as much as you don't want to, you have to put time aside of your 1 hour. We did like a 1 hour speed training session, 20 minutes pure warm up, progressive speed, getting or building up to full speed and all that, getting the right muscle groups firing and active, etc. And then lots of breaks in between, right?
Yes.
We did 100 meter at the end of our sprint intervals at the end. The guy I was running with, Nanny, he pulled up with a cramp. Luckily, it was just a cramping hamstring, not a pulled hamstring. He was like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Oh," I'm just looking back, like, "Oh no, what happened?" He's just like, "Oh no, it was just a cramp. I'm good."
Yeah.
But like just from running 100 meters on the first session, right?
Yeah. Well, that's like Kevin and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago or on the last pod about like warm-ups and stuff, and like that's a whole nother, like when it's like an athletic thing like that with the running, that's a whole nother ball game of just being adequately prepared and stuff. But my question for you is, did you time your 100 meter?
No.
Because I wanted to know if it was like in the same ballpark of
Oh
what
yeah,
you said.
you're
like,
right. I should have. But that was at the end, so I would have been slow because I was tired.
Yeah, fair
But
enough. See, now Justin's doing the rationalizing stuff. That was me last week or 2 weeks ago.
Just logical stuff. Yeah. So hopefully we'll continue to do that once a week until, obviously the weather doesn't allow it. And then we've got the treadmill in here, so I might do some speed intervals on there.
Yeah.
Want to keep it going, stay fast.
Nice. That's cool. Very cool. So we had some questions given to us by both a listener and a gym member. They had some questions in terms of supplementations. We had briefly talked about like what we take before.
Wait, people listen to us?
People listen to us.
I thought we were just talking in here.
Yeah, just having fun in our
Okay.
own little room here. But we'd briefly talked about like what we take, but we didn't kind of dive into the details or like the frequently asked questions of it. We could maybe quickly recap what we take and why we take it.
Yeah.
And then we can talk and answer some of their questions. But so like I'll let you get started.
Supplementation wise, I guess last time we talked about caffeine, but I don't take supplements per se. I just drink coffee. And then I have creatine and protein powder.
Yeah.
That's all that I have.
Yeah.
Creatine monohydrate powder, just white powder, just simple. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. Protein and creatine every single day. So what I do personally is I take just the regular creatine serving, 5 grams every day, first thing in the morning. Not that it matters really what time you take it, as long as you're taking it consistently.
I saw something recently that said that it's better to take it before, but I think it was just one study, and
that's the thing is like,
Right.
and especially like there's some big points to talk about in terms of protein, where you'll hear something like that, and it is going to be based off of maybe 1 or 2 studies. And with this kind of stuff, you have to look at the whole picture and give it time for more stuff to come out.
Meta-analyses only.
Yeah, exactly. Systematic reviews, meta-analyses. Because like my general stance before we even get into this is if you're taking it, regardless of what time, that's probably going to be better than if you're just not taking it at all. So, yeah. Not to be like overly picky and stuff, but some people will say like do it on an empty stomach, so it's maybe not competing with other things to get absorbed through the body.
Yeah.
There was also some literature or some people talking about how you shouldn't have it at the same time as caffeine, but that's also very wishy-washy. So a lot of times I will just put mine in a black coffee in the morning just to get it down. And
Most of what I understand about it is that it's not something that you are taking for its acute effects. So
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter when you take it.
Exactly.
Right? You just need to make sure you're taking it at some point and you're taking it regularly over the course of a long period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so just in terms, because I get this question asked a lot, and I'm sure you do too, in terms of creatine, is like, what is the purpose of it? And I think back to like when I was in high school and I had first heard of it, there was a bunch of guys taking it saying they're basically calling it a steroid and that they're going to get huge and stuff like that, right? Because like one of the side effects of taking creatine is when your muscles start getting saturated with more stuff, then you're going to retain a little bit more water. So your muscles do get a little bit bigger and they retain a bit more water, but that's typically more of a side effect of it. In terms of the actual,
That's just better hydration and bigger muscles.
Yeah, which is a nice side effect, right? But the big thing why you would be taking creatine is, number one, recovery, and that eventually leads to better strength, more lean muscle mass over time. That's the big reason why people would take it. And that's why you're hearing it a lot more in terms of the recommendations that older adults should be taking creatine. A lot of times we think of supplements as like, oh, you're just a young kid or an athlete or something, but older adults should be taking it just because of the changes of behavior over time. You start to lose a bit of muscle mass, you start to lose a bit of bone density. So to be able to maintain that muscle mass, creatine can help with that. The big reason of why or how it would help with that is your ability to recover quicker in between sets, in between exercises. So where you might be getting into a third or a fourth set of an exercise and you're like, oh, I might have to go down in weight, or I might not be able to get all of these reps. Once you're fully saturated and you've been kind of training for a little bit of time with the creatine, you're able to do that stuff a little bit more consistently. So the long-term gains of that is what you kind of see in terms of more lean muscle mass, more strength.
All right. Can you expand biochemically?
Biochemically? So it's when we're looking at the different energy pathways that our body uses, the creatine phosphate sort of pathway is the primary initial means of energy that our muscles and our body is going to use. So if I'm going to be doing activity for 5 seconds to 10-ish seconds, that's going to be the primary source of energy that my muscles are going to use. And so if I have a lot of creatine phosphate in my muscles, I've got a readily available source of energy my muscles can perform. And when you think about a lot of the exercises that you're doing, how long does it take for you to do a 5 or 6 reps of an exercise. It falls within that territory, right? And then beyond that, once you're exercising for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes at a time, then you're going into the process of glycolysis to use that as energy. And then you're going into other more long-term exercise sources of energy. So the creatine is going to be your rapid, I'm about to just start my first couple of reps of this exercise. I need strength, I need power.
Yeah.
That's going to offer that for
That's
you.
typically the explanation that I give. Maybe it's a little bit too technical for the layperson. Maybe it's better just to, it just helps with recovery.
Recovery, yeah, energy, right? Yeah.
Just more simple that way.
Truly.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what you can say about almost any of these supplements, I think. The protein too. That's what you could talk about. Steroids as well. They help with recovery just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to dive into those, but
sometimes it's just, regardless if people understand it or not, sometimes it's more believable if you're actually giving them more like an explanation that they don't understand, right? If you're just like, it helps with recovery, they might not buy in because
that doesn't sound that important to me or something, right?
Yeah.
Because you tell people sleep helps with recovery, and how's that going, right? So, but you're right. There's like that appeal to authority. If you have these big, complicated answers, sometimes it seems a little bit more appealing to people.
Yeah.
In terms of how that actually helps them, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Sometimes I'm not a huge fan of overcomplicating things, especially like the instructor in me, the anatomy instructor in me always wants to try to simplify things. So recovery, good for recovery.
Yeah.
So that's basically creatine. The other side of it, and I don't know how much have you been kind of seeing the new trend on social media where they're talking about it for cognitive benefits?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's going around about that. 10 grams, 20 grams, way more than we've typically seen people recommend for dosages.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So like the typical dosage for creatine monohydrate is the 5 grams, and that's typically helpful for the strength improvements in the muscle mass. A lot of times you'll see on the tub it'll say like do a preload phase of 20 grams per day. I mean, if you want the cognitive benefits, maybe that could be good, but I personally find that just makes you burn through the tub of creatine a little bit faster.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah. Now, I think that the cognitive, like the research on the cognitive effects is still a little bit fresh. I mean, there's some that's been done, at least a decade ago. But I think we probably still need to give it a bit more time to be extremely confident in it, but there is some pretty promising stuff.
Yeah.
I think the big stuff is just general cognition, but the one more promising thing is in people who are sleep deprived. If you can take a big dose of creatine after that, it can kind of counteract some of the effects of sleep deprivation.
Okay.
So where you're a little bit slower. Specifically, the one study that I had looked at was they were just looking at people exercising afterwards. So they were saying like they had better reaction time compared to someone who was just sleep deprived and not taking the creatine, a little bit more strength. So they get more of that physical benefit. But in terms of other cognitive processes, like I don't know how you operate if you're ever sleep deprived. Do you feel great?
No.
Can you think clear? Like, no. So
just get take the coldest shower I possibly can to wake me up.
There you go.
Shock me into normality.
Into pretending to be normal.
Yeah.
So that's a potential benefit of taking creatine from the cognitive side of things.
Naturally, if it helps you when you're sleep deprived, it should help you when you have an appropriate amount of sleep as well, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like logically speaking.
Yes.
It's not going to not help you. It's not going to make you worse.
Right. That's, I mean, the amount that it might help you will be less.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, there's benefits to it. But I think that when you're looking at benefits and you're looking at research from like will it help? We're not 100% sure yet. Maybe we need a bit more time. Maybe we need a bit more studies. If you just look at the negative outcomes or the risks, it's one of the safest supplements you can take.
That's really what you want to look at, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so the benefit is this, but what happens if you take too much of it, right? What is the poison dose, right?
Yeah.
So you take a look at that. As long as that is not in the picture at all at 20 grams or whatever, then you're fine because everything has a poison dose.
Yeah, exactly.
Including protein powder, including creatine, including
water,
regular water.
Yeah. Poisons in the dose for sure. But yeah, the safety profile of even those higher doses seems to be completely fine as of right now. So it's such a cheap, accessible supplement.
Yeah.
and it already has these very well known physical benefits. So if you want to try it out for the cognitive, I mean, other than maybe like $20-30 out of your pocket for the tub, there's not a whole lot of.
It's more than that now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess it depends.
I got a kilogram for like $49.99, I think. Kilogram's big.
Yeah.
But
I get the smaller ones usually, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still like reasonably priced compared to a lot of the other supplements out there.
Sure.
Yeah. So the other one that you talked about was protein.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of questions about that. There's a lot of, I think, misunderstanding around protein. I'm going to let you explain the biochemical process, or why should you do the easy one. It's for recovery.
Yeah.
But like, why should we potentially be supplementing with protein?
Big muscles. Okay, well, like, we're using our muscles, and our muscles are made up of protein, and that protein can get damaged, and you need the proper substrates to recreate and fix the damaged muscles. Hence, you need the substrates from protein.
Yeah.
Right? And you need, there's the 8 essential amino acids that can make every other amino acid. Arguably that you'd only need those 8, but it is good to get an array of amino acids. This is the same as proteins, kind of interchangeable term, but an array of amino acids that is suitable to what our profile as human beings. So there's certain ratios that we have in our muscle fibers similar to that. So that's kind of where the idea of maybe animal protein is better than plant protein, because plant protein has a different ratio of amino acids than animal protein does. But you can still make all of these amino acids from those 8 essential amino acids. Yeah. So you're just trying to refuel yourself with the building blocks of our muscles that were damaged from the exercise that we did. Yeah,
exactly. Better strength, bigger muscles, like you said, just allowing your body to actually rebuild itself and adapt. On the topic of the, I guess, plant-based protein, so the 3 most common ones would be the plant, animal-based, or like you'll see like beef protein or things like that.
Yeah.
And then you have your whey protein. Are there differences there? Yes. So what you were saying is potentially the amino acid profile would be different. For plant protein supplements, if they can modify that, so they can add a little bit more leucine into it, which is one of the amino acids that is really helpful for protein synthesis and building bigger muscles. The difference is that they typically see when they're comparing like just whey versus plant-based protein that's fortified with some of those amino acids, there's very little difference. I think where the biggest thing you need to take into consideration is if you're looking at more getting a lot of your protein from your diet, you eat a piece of broccoli and it's not going to have that full amino acid profile that you were talking about. Whereas you have a piece of chicken and you're going to get the whole profile. So if you're eating a vegetarian or a vegan diet and you want to get all of the building blocks to build back muscle, you need to have a big variety of foods. That's something that needs to be focused on.
Variety is the most important part there.
Yeah. I used to do this presentation where I work up north, and like the analogy that I used for this was if you're eating animal protein, that's like, did you play with Legos when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, Legos are amazing. So like my first ever Lego set or thing was this giant Lego brick box that you open up and it just had every piece imaginable and you could make whatever you wanted. And I think of that as like animal protein. You've got all the pieces, you can use your imagination and build anything. And then you eat a vegetable, and that's walking into a toy store and buying the little Harry Potter Lego set where you can build that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you wanted to build something more with it, you might have to go buy the pirate ship set and the spaceship and a bunch of these different things to build something bigger. And that's kind of the analogy that I like to use. So the variety is really important if you're going to be eating a plant-based diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a lot of myths around how much you should take, when you should take it.
Mm-hmm.
What is your understanding around that?
I don't put too much weight into all of that, I think that after your workout, at some point, you should have a protein source. I think that gearing towards the higher end of the estimates is better, because if people don't hit them, then great, you've chosen a higher target. So I always just say your ideal body weight. So if you're an overweight person, then you choose whatever your ideal body weight is, not your actual body weight. Your ideal body weight in pounds, and have that many grams per day. Yeah.
I like that number too, because it's just easy. I know some people find it hard to hit sometimes depending on their body weight, but like it's doable. It's very doable. And like
the hard to hit thing is like the most annoying thing that I ever hear. It's just like, just put it in your mouth, chew it, and swallow it. There's literally so many things that are harder. Coming to the gym is harder. Eating like a clean diet is harder. Like, but if it's just strictly, I'm getting like ramped up about this. If it's just strictly hitting a number of protein, put it in your mouth, chew it and swallow it, or make a shake it up and drink it.
So much easier too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like protein shakes.
Just do it.
Yes. The thing with that though is like, it's really funny when if somebody starts tracking their food and they're tracking their macros and they've been eating a certain way for a while and they've been gaining weight and they're like, okay, now I want to start losing weight. So they were probably taking in an extra maybe 5 to 1,000 extra calories above what they should have been eating. And then they start hitting their protein numbers and hitting their fiber numbers with like the cleaner foods, and they get to the end of the day and they're nowhere close to the amount of calories that they were eating before, and they feel full and they're like, oh, I can't hit my protein, or I can't hit my macros. It's
oh, you're too full.
But it puts it into perspective. Like when you're saying like, who cares, just eat it, I get that. But when people are saying it's hard to hit that, then if it's truly hard to hit that protein, but you were actually hitting that protein, then why was it not hard to hit the 3,000 calories a day with the other food, right? So just kind of cleaning up your diet and actually hitting the protein can be helpful for that, just to make you feel a little bit fuller. But you're right, just hit it, because where I think some people maybe go wrong with that is that they just don't really know what easy sources that they could
I mean, I'm a huge proponent of shakes. And I have read that shakes are like better absorbed into our bloodstream too. I mean, it's just liquid, right? So it has to. So it could be faster absorbing, faster acting. So it has that benefit. Like a lot of the times you'll hear that, you know, natural sources are better, but like, I mean,
my argument with that is, if my diet was nothing but protein shakes, then okay, I'm getting enough protein and maybe 1 gram of carbohydrates, and what vitamins and minerals am I getting? What thing, right? So like this idea of getting like the whole food and the natural sources. By the way, whey protein is a natural source.
Well, the argument would be, are we supposed to be drinking cow's milk? Is that natural?
Do whatever you want.
Is anything natural then, right?
Yeah, you got ramped up about eating protein. I got just eat whatever. It's fine. Like again, poison's in the dose. Our bodies can handle it, unless you have an allergy. But no, like whey protein is a fantastic source. If you're only getting that and you're missing out on other important nutrients, then that's not a good thing. But if you're eating and getting enough of the important stuff that you need, and you're having 4 shakes a day on top of that, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And I think that that's the easiest way to hit your protein goals.
Going back to like the natural source thing, and then another argument that people say would be, you know, those proponents of Paleolithic diets and things like that. It's like, yo, people only live till 30. So you're saying that you want to live till 30 and have a natural Paleolithic diet? People live till like 70, 80, 90, 100 plus now because of modern medicine. So you don't want to use the modern medicine, right?
That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, we need to be like our ancestors. And no, we do not.
We are better than our ancestors.
Yes. And like embrace the technology that is making life so much easier for us and making us, I don't want to say healthier. Our own behaviors and decisions might make us a little less healthy, but we're living for longer. So we now have a much greater window to have a good quality of life with the decisions that we make. So I mean, if you can get by eating paleo and that's your preference, go for it. But you don't have to be like your ancestors, hunters, gatherers. Like,
Sounds awful.
It's
They
not
had
life
pizzas. If they had pizzas back then, I'd get by.
Yeah. Fair enough. Just out sprinting, doing your speed training, sprinting after a saber-toothed tiger. And...
saber-toothed pizza.
Yeah. There's something. So, yeah, like most of us probably aren't getting enough protein in our day-to-day diet based off of like the numbers that you had said in terms of the recommendations. You can get away with getting a little bit less than that, but if your goal is for longevity, if your goal is to have a good amount of lean muscle mass so that you can function well, then you probably want to be in that higher range.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are scared, like, can I have too much protein? And as far as we know, the answer is if you're a generally healthy individual, no, you can't really. And I mean,
we already talked about how it's hard to hit the numbers that we're talking about. Then how much more would it have to be for you to be way above that number that's already hard to hit,
right,
and then also be bad for you?
Right. And so like they've already looked at taking 5 times the recommended amount, and in healthy individuals, it's still
that's so much.
Oh, now it's hard to eat just chew it, man. Just put it in your mouth and chew it.
No, but that's like more than okay. Well, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But that's like.
That's a lot.
That's more than the recommended amount. Just put it in your mouth and chew it.
Yeah.
5 times. That's like what? 700, 800. Yeah. Should I try to do that? 3,200.
Document yourself.
32. What is my stool gonna be like?
Probably, I don't know. Probably not great. It's for science. Do it for science. You can publish
I feel like
an
constipated just
case
thinking
study.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, like extremely high amounts are still not harmful for people. The only time that you maybe need to kind of look another way and talk to a health professional is if you do have a known medical condition.
Yeah.
And check with them to see if it's appropriate. The one area that you do want to be a little bit more cognizant of the amount of protein that you're taking is if you have kidney disease. So, but even in some of those cases, it looks like it's relatively safe at the recommended numbers, but still talk to somebody.
If you have kidney disease.
Right.
Having high protein intake does not cause kidney
Yes.
disease or problems with your kidney.
So yeah, in terms of danger, I think the biggest danger of consuming protein is what you were just talking about is, the gas. Yeah.
If your stomach doesn't agree with whatever type of protein that you're taking,
Right.
typically something like beans or...
Yeah, exactly. If it's the plant-based or if you have like a...
Well, that might be more fiber-based.
Yeah, it could be. And then for some people, like a whey concentrate might be a little bit rough on their stomach if they have issues with lactose. Yeah. Typically whey isolates where they take out a lot of the other stuff and it's a little bit more, I don't want to say pure, but it's just very much just the protein and like a couple of other little things. That's usually pretty tolerable for people that have lactose intolerance. But when it comes to those differences between plant or beef or like whey, at the end of the day, if you know that you're not getting enough protein and you need to supplement to get enough to that goal number that you're talking about, as long as you're taking something, that's again better than not taking anything at all. So the type is maybe, while it can be important for like little things, I think as long as you're just getting protein, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat your protein.
Yeah. The other thing is timing of protein that people like to ask questions about. It's like, I've heard that I need to consume protein within a 15 to 30 minute window after exercising. Yeah. That was something that I used to believe as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said it just a few minutes ago. Just take it at some point after working out.
Yeah. Don't have like all your daily recommended protein before your workout.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
or do and then take it again after. Yeah. But give yourself some time to get some protein in. Realistically, and I think the number might actually be bigger than this, but even within 24 hours of lifting, your muscles are still very receptive at taking that protein in and building more muscle. Yeah. So even 24 hours is fine. Like if you have to rush to the gym and then you've got an 8-hour commute right after and you can't get anything in yet, I mean, you could find a way. You could definitely get your shake. Like you're still going to be okay. So if you don't have it within 15 to 30 minutes of a workout, you're not doomed. That's fine. If you like just chugging a shake immediately after, go for it. Yeah. But, and then the other thing too is in terms of timing, sometimes people are like, should I only take it after I work out? And no, take it to hit your amount of protein that you need every day, whether you're working out or not. Yeah.
I like to do like a front end loaded just so it's easier to hit my number.
Yep.
Right? Don't get full and then at the end of the day be like, oh, I should get 50 more grams, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then have to chug a double protein shake.
Yeah.
Chug that double protein shake proactively.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll be too full to have junk later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is the quantity of protein, how much your body can take in at any given time. Because that was another one that even when I was like going through my kin degree, I had thought that there was a specific number. You had to be like less than 30 grams or something. Anything above that just like flew through your system.
Yeah.
And it turns out that's not true either.
I think you brought this to my attention that the body is extremely efficient to like 97% plus of like you are going to absorb or do something with the food that you consume.
Yeah.
Carbs,
I don't
protein,
remember giving
fat.
that number, but it's very efficient
Something
at using
high.
stuff. Yeah. Like if you intake protein, your body is going to use that. It might not necessarily be to build muscle. A lot of it will be, but it'll be for all of the other things that need to be rebuilt and maintained in the body. So if you eat 75 grams of protein in a meal right after a workout, your body's going to use that. It's not going to waste. So this is again just like sometimes people get completely overwhelmed by all of these little details of like, how am I supposed to perfectly do this? And at the end of the day, it's just find that goal weight, hit that in grams of protein a day, or at least within like a margin of that, right? Like if you're 120 pounds, even if you're maybe getting like 100 grams of protein a day, that's going to be better than where somebody might only be getting like 50. So I think those are kind of like the big questions that people have surrounding protein and creatine. So I think that leads to me asking you.
We can go into our next segment.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So go ahead, Dave.
Okay. So the next segment is a blind ranking.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you 5 things, and these are your top 5, or 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, favorite protein sources.
Blind rank these 5 protein sources.
Blind rank these 5 protein sources, okay? So, first one I'm going to give you is fish.
3.
Okay. Protein shake.
1.
Okay. Steak.
2.
Chicken.
3. 4.
Okay, and that leaves 5. Halo Top ice cream.
What?
Halo Top ice cream.
What is Halo Top ice cream? Well, 5. What is Halo Top?
It's those little pints that look like Ben and Jerry's, but they're supposed to be like healthier. They're lower in calories and like fortified with protein.
Oh. Yeah. Fortified. What does that mean?
There's like 8 grams of protein in the thing. That's like, actually, that's another thing. Is like people thinking
marketing.
I know.
Exactly.
It's like cheese is a good source of protein, or peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter is the one that's hilarious to me. People are like, oh, I got my protein. I got a peanut butter sandwich. It's like, that is like the worst thing you could eat.
Well, it tastes good. I love peanut butter, but like,
yes, it tastes good, but like it's
as
not
a protein source, it's not good. No, that is a great fat source, and calorie source.
Great fat source.
Yeah, exactly. But protein, no, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that list, I thought you might have said, well, you said chicken. Chicken was 4.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you're going with that list, so I just kind of went with like fish is fine. Like I would say that like a land animal is probably better, closer to us, right? Vestigially, right?
I love salmon though.
Yeah, cow, chicken, fish, and then ice cream, and then number 1 being protein shake. I mean, I said it before. It's like we're hacking with technology, like the type of protein that we need, right? This is coming from still kind of an animal source, and it's just in liquid form, so it absorbs in the blood faster, more efficiently, better.
Yes.
Right.
Processing,
it's as simple as that.
Processing food is not always a bad thing. It makes it more efficient.
It depends.
Yeah, you're literally taking the protein and taking it, like subtracting it from the milk, right? And so that you don't have to drink 5 gallons of milk to get the same amount of protein. So it's just a much more efficient way.
Sounds like.
Did you ever see the gallon of milk a day?
No,
what was it? Mark Ripito. He
No.
always used to do that. That's how he got jacked.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was before they had good whey protein, probably.
Yeah.
That also reminds me, like, the reason why that liquid protein is better for us is the same reason why something like juice or sugar in our beverages is bad for us. It absorbs quicker on something that's already bad for us, right? So eat the whole
in large doses.
Yeah. Eat the whole fruit, right? And juice, I mean, obviously, juice, dosage is what matters here, right? But like, I don't think drinking like 2 liters of juice is good for you, right?
No. Yeah, like that's. No.
But like having like an orange and the equivalent amount of one orange in juice, the orange is gonna be better for you because your body's actually doing work to break stuff down. So it's like from an energy standpoint, it is less.
It's taking more energy. It's going to take more time to break some of those components down, especially the fiber. The fiber content's the big thing.
And calories are energy. So,
yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So. Sweet. All right. I got a top 5 list for Dave here as well. So Dave, blind rank these 5 reasons people don't achieve the results they want.
Okay.
And we can get into these as well. Okay. First one I'm going to give you, lack of structure in training.
Lack of structure in training?
Yeah.
Just not knowing
what they're doing in the gym. What they're doing in the gym.
I would put that at...
Not knowing what they not do, but like...
There's just not
structure.
I would put that as a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor nutrition and sleep habits.
I would put that at a 2.
Not giving it enough time.
Oh man,
I didn't make it easy on you.
No, I'm gonna put that at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suboptimal supplementation.
5.
Fear of lifting heavy.
4. It has to be 4.
Yeah. I don't hate that. The way you.
That's actually
there's a couple that you might switch around. Maybe.
No, I don't think I would, because like the not giving enough time thing. I was kind of waiting for you to give me something about like the consistent effort of just being able to stick with something and do it.
Yeah.
And that's basically that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I think just doing something consistently is number 1. Your recovery, your sleep, and your nutrition is extremely important to make progress.
Yeah. I thought you might have put that one, but
yeah, I was toying with it. I was toying with it, but I do think that the consistency is a little bit more important than that. And then what you're doing in terms of structure in the gym that's relatively important. If you're not doing the right things for your goal, then you're not going to hit that.
You put that at 3?
I do. I still do.
Yeah. That's right in the right spot because you can still see results.
Yes.
Without structure.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a super untrained individual.
Yeah.
You can. That's kind of like the magic of CrossFit, right? It doesn't really matter what you're doing as long as you're working hard. You go in there, and you're gonna see results.
Yes.
But I mean, supplementation, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it can help, but right.
The way that I see that list for me is like 1, do the thing.
Yeah.
2, recover from the thing. 3, be more specific in how you do the thing. I don't remember what 4 was. And then
4 was fear of lifting heavy.
Fear of lifting heavy. Well, once you're more specific and you start doing the thing more, you're going to get better at lifting
Optimize
heavy.
doing the thing.
Yeah, optimize doing the thing. And then the last thing is like, if you've kind of peaked or you've plateaued and you need a little bit of a boost, and maybe that's when the supplementation comes in.
Get a little boost for the thing.
Yeah, boost for the thing. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Good list.
Yep.
All right, I also have this next segment for Dave here. We're going to be seeing if Dave can list the top 10 exercises for longevity as described by ChatGPT. So this is
The
no
expert.
scientific list,
Yeah, no.
right? I want to see if you can get what ChatGPT said.
Okay.
So Dave's got 3 strikes, and I've got the order of the exercises as well here.
Can I ask a quick question before we do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it specific exercises in a
It's-
gym setting, or does it include activities too?
Yes.
Yes to both.
That
Okay.
is as general as I can give you without
Okay.
giving you any hints.
All right.
Okay? All right. So, you get 3 strikes, and let's see if you can name them off here.
I might whiff right off the bat on my strike, but I'm going to say walking.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 9.
I would say squats.
Number 1.
Yeah, I figured. Lunges.
Lunges. Number 6 on the list.
Okay. Pull-ups.
Pull-ups, assisted pull-up, lat pull-down. Number 4 on the list.
My bias is screaming deadlift.
Number 2 on the list.
Sick. Squats and deadlift at 1 and 2. That's great. All right,
I don't know. The thing with the ChatGPT is that maybe it's like getting to learn me, so it's going
Right,
to
it
give me
wants
the
to impress you.
answers,
Yeah.
give me the answers that I would want.
Yeah.
But we gave the disclaimer. This is from ChatGPT. This is no scientific literature. Well, maybe it includes scientific.
So my
literature.
thought is, if it considers walking as one, I would think that running would also be on there.
Yeah, rowing, biking, running.
Those
we put
cardio.
them all together. Yep.
Okay.
Number 8.
Did I say push-ups?
No.
Push-ups.
Push-ups. Number 3. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4,
I got 7.
6, 8, and 9, and you need number 5, 7, and 10.
Okay. Longevity. It's like burpees. No, not burpees.
There's one type of exercise that you haven't really brushed upon. It's resistance training.
Like Olympic lifting or like plyometrics.
Less specific.
Okay.
A type of exercise, a category of exercise, kind of.
Core.
Not that broad.
Okay.
We're gonna count that as a strike because Dave's doing too well.
Yeah. What about yoga?
Not on the list.
Oh wow. I would have thought like yoga, tai chi sort of thing.
I would think that the list I asked for was top 10 exercises for longevity.
Okay.
I would think that it would bias away from a type of
Okay.
umbrella of exercise. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking that I don't necessarily agree with, but like stretching, is that considered an exercise?
Not on the list.
Not on the list. Okay.
Okay.
Have I
okay. Think things that you like, things that you do. You, Dave.
Me, Dave, do.
Yeah.
Step ups. I like step ups.
Okay. Well, you hit the lunge already.
Yeah. Okay.
This
So
is
that would be
something.
included.
This is something that's not that you haven't said.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a traditional resistance training exercise, but it is resistance training. What do you do when you go to the grocery store?
Oh, carries.
Yeah, number 5. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
You knew that one.
And I'm missing one more or 2 more.
2 more. I'll be generous on number 10. Number 7, I don't know if you're ever gonna get, but number 10, try to go for. What other aspect of your fitness? Think about the things that you do in the gym. You've mentioned core. We didn't have core on the list. You've mentioned all the main strength compound movements. We've got carries in there.
Yeah.
Something else physical that we throw in the mix, right? If there was an A1, a B1, if it was an A1, an A2, and an A3 in a superset, the A3 would probably be comprised of this type of exercise. Like it's something that's important as you get older.
Like balance is what I was gonna say. Yeah,
balance.
Yeah,
Number
balance
10.
stability. Okay, and then 7 we're missing. What does ChatGPT think is so important at 7?
What is the hardest exercise to teach? Single exercise.
A snatch.
No.
You don't think so?
That's 3 strikes. Well, that
Okay,
ChatGPT. Well, in this context, I don't think that's
All right.
wrong.
So I failed. That's okay. But
Turkish get up.
Oh, okay.
Turkish get up.
That did cross my mind at one point, but I was like, that doesn't seem like something that ChatGPT would throw on a list. That seems very specific.
Well, ChatGPT is only getting better and better.
Yeah, but ChatGPT knows what you like, so I'm surprised there isn't burpees on there.
I don't talk about Turkish get-ups to ChatGPT, I feel like.
Yeah.
How many times have we said ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else here, Dave?
No, we can definitely brush up more on some other nutritional topics as the time kind of comes, but I think we mentioned that we both take creatine and protein, so we wanted to talk about those two in specifically.
Important. That's all that's important.
That is. Everything else is the number 5 on that list of that we were talking about. It's like, could it maybe help some people sometimes? Yeah, but is it that important? No. So, yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see if we have any other requests or questions from people that we can address.
Yeah, we want to hear from you. You can comment on our social media, on YouTube, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, and until next time.
And just put it in your mouth and chew it.
Just put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And swallow it too.